Right. All right. Turn this around. Okay, perfect. We are good to go. Awesome. Megan, you're the first person I see. Can you see and hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, girl. All right. I just want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, 20 minutes maybe. I really just like to hold this call to kind of give you some focus. And because sometimes when you sign up to be a coach, I don't know if you feel like this, but I know I felt like it. I was like, whoa, there is a lot of information and I don't really know what direction I should be going. There's just so much going on. So I like to have this call to kind of show you this is what we do as a team. You're going to start getting used to using Zoom and jumping on these calls. We communicate a lot through this. We do a monthly team call, and then with my diamond coaches, we do this every single week. So we do see each other sort of in real life, even though it's over video. But this is kind of the program we like to use. So official welcome to the team. If I'm your sponsor coach or somebody in my downline is your sponsor coach, that's awesome. We're all part of the same family. So I'm actually going to flip my screen here. I've kind of just got a game plan of what I want to cover in the next 20 minutes for you. And if you want, I can share it in our team page too, if you don't want to jot it down. But Command Shift 4, I know is screenshot on the Mac. I don't know what it is on a PC. I'm not sure. But, okay, so I'm going to flip my screen. Megan, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, perfect. All right, I'll just see if I can make this a little bit bigger. All right, so this is basically what we're going to talk about for the next few minutes here. And this is kind of sort of where I want your focus to be as a new coach. So first, I'm going to go through these 6 topics, and then we're going to finish off with your focus goals. Okay, what should you really be focused on to help you get started right in your business, all right? So the first one, new coach training. So we have the privilege of our team running some form of new coach training. Not all teams do this, so feel very grateful that as a team, we've come together to create this training, because I know when I joined, I was very, very thankful because the information was right there for me. I didn't have to go search it myself. So the first thing you want to dive into is a new coach training. Whether that be if you signed up with me, I probably directed you to my training website, which I now switched to. This month is my last one I'm doing on Facebook. So the online one, if you just go to morganriegerfitness.com and click on the training tab, it'll forward you to the training website. So you want to dive into there. If I'm not your sponsor coach, your sponsor coach might still be hosting a Facebook training, very, very similar to mine. A lot of them use the template I use. So just dive in with them and make sure you contact them and see what they're doing. I'm sure they've told you already, if you're a new coach, what kind of training you'll be doing. So you definitely want to dive into whatever new coach training your sponsor coach has suggested to you, okay? That's where you're going to find the basics. Obviously, you're going to do a lot of research on your own, but it's a really good place to start with the basics, okay? All right, vital behaviors. If you are, you'll get this in the training, but if you're to do anything as a coach, if you're like, I don't know what to do, I just want 2 or 3 things to do to help me be successful, you're going to pick these 3 things, okay? So the 3 vital behaviors of a coach are personal development. I rearrange these in my opinion of importance. Number 1 is personal development. Number 2 is proof the products work. And number 3 is sharing. I like to say share instead of invite, just my personal opinion. So I put personal development first because in this business, you are your business. So if you're not working on yourself, you're not technically working on your business. If you're not growing, your business isn't going to grow. So that's why I put personal development first. It's actually the thing most new coaches skip. Like a lot of my top coaches didn't do personal development for the first year. And they're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe the difference it made once I started doing it. And I'm like, yes, thank you. But they do start. So definitely want to start with that, whether you do it through books or audiobooks or podcasts, whatever you like, whatever works for you. Proof the products work, that's pretty easy. Just make sure, you're not being a hypocrite and promoting stuff you don't use yourself. You know what I mean? So basically, just get your workouts in, do your personal development, drink your Shakeology, live a positive life. Nobody's perfect by any means. Don't try and be perfect, but definitely be proof the products work. And then sharing. All you do is share your journey. It's as simple as that. Invite people into your journey, be open with them, and invite them to do this with you. So those are the 3 vital behaviors that you always want to keep in mind on a daily basis as a coach. And you'll learn about those in the new coach training. All right. Number 3, social media. This is one of the questions I probably get the most from new coaches is, oh my gosh, I suck at social media. I've never posted on Facebook. I totally know how you feel because that was me. Actually, a month before I became a Beachbody coach, because I was going to start teaching, I went through my whole Facebook and deleted a bunch of people. I had about 80 friends and I probably hadn't posted in like a year. And I was like, dang, I am going to suck at this. Thankfully, we have tons of training on social media to help you through this. And I just want you to say you're not alone. I started with no social media whatsoever. I was literally the last friend in our friend group to even get Facebook. I still don't have Snapchat. They keep telling me to get Snapchat. Like, I am not social media guru, so if I can do this, you definitely can do this, and you'll learn as you go. So don't be nervous about that. All right, number 4, challenge groups. Some of you have probably been in challenge groups before, I'm assuming, in case you kind of know what they're about. I personally was not in a challenge group when I signed up to be a coach, so I actually didn't even know what they were. But those are kind of they're the base of what your business is going to be built off of. So challenge groups are the place where we do our job, basically. We're not nutrition or exercise experts. That's what the products are for. But we are the motivation, the accountability. We're there to empower those people in our challenge groups. So that's really the base of your business. And you're going to find that probably a lot of coaches are going to come out of challenge groups because they just fall in love with the whole process and opportunity. And that's honestly what changed their life. So they want to pay that forward and become a coach as well. I'm sure that's happened to actually some of you. So challenge groups are always going to be that base to your business. And remember that we're going to show you how we run challenge groups, but every coach runs them differently. For example, I run mine usually as 21 or a month group, but I actually just watched a webinar by, who was it? Oh, Chelsea Pearson. She does more of an evolving challenge group, so she never has a start or end date. People kind of just come in and go out, so I thought that was really interesting. So just keep in mind there's not one right way to do it. It's sort of what works for you. So you'll see, we'll teach you how we do it, but essentially it all comes down to what works for you. Okay? All right, Success Club and Success Starters. I'm just going to cover this briefly because, like I said, all this info, don't be like, whoa, Morgan, you're going so fast. Because it's all going to be in the new coach training that you're doing, so it'll come, not to worry. I just like to give you kind of a sneak peek into what it's all about. So Success Club is kind of like if you were to pick one determiner to kind of gauge how a coach is progressing and being successful is by Success Club. So what that means, you earn 2 points for every person you help with a challenge pack and 1 point for every Shakeology on auto ship that you help. So essentially, say you help 3 people with a challenge pack, that is Success Club 6. So Beachbody breaks it down as Success Club 5 and Success Club 10, and those are the benchmarks. So as a new coach, just all you have to remember is I'm going to hit Success Club 5 or 10, however you want to set it. I'm going to help a minimum of 3 people with a challenge pack every month. It's really as simple as that. So I'm going to help 3 people with a challenge group in my challenge group every month. That'll help me hit Success Club. And each month it's kind of fun. Beachbody will send out different prizes, whether they're books or t-shirts or anything. Success Club is like the thing. And after a year, you actually get inducted into their Success Club Hall of Fame. So you can be a Success Club All-Star or Legend. So it's really just that main determiner. It means you're constantly helping people and moving forward, okay? And as a new coach, there's a program called Success Starters. And what that means is if you hit Success Club for your first 3 months of coaching, you earn a free ticket to Beachbody Summit in Nashville, which is like a $300 value. And it's sold out. So as new coaches, you have the prime opportunity and first dibs at that. If you hit Success Club in your first month, you actually get an email. You get a exclusive call with Beachbody CEO Carl Deichler. Second month, no prize. But then third month, if you hit it 3 months in a row, you get that free ticket. So it's a pretty big deal. And you get put on their website as a success starter and recognized in our team as a success starter as well. I'm going to double check. There's a chat. Mandy was asking about Success Club points for boosts. No, it's just 2 for a challenge pack, 1 for Shakeology on HD. That's the only way you can earn Success Club points. But challenge pack counts for coaches or customers, whatever you like. All right, last point, Emerald. So other than Success Club, your sort of main goal as a new coach in the first month is to become what we call an Emerald coach. So it sounds all fancy dancy, but it's really not. So what that means is you, just like say you signed up with me as a coach, you would have 2 coaches sign up with you. You'd have 1 coach on each leg. And in the training, you'll see how to get them on different legs. But essentially, you just have 2 coaches join you on this journey. So for myself, when I became Emerald, my first coach, you're going to laugh at me, was actually my dad. He started drinking Shakeology the same time I got it, and he actually ended up drinking all of mine. So I was like, Dad, you can just get your own at a discount if you sign up. So he was my first coach, and he still is, because he simply just wants Shakeology at the discount. He's not actively coaching. But my second coach was a girlfriend that was in the challenge group with me that was really interested in paying it forward and getting involved in the business. So she was my second coach, and that is how I became an Emerald coach. And it's really the first big step in building a business, because at that point, your income isn't just based off a commission. You start to earn an income off of team cycles. You start to get what's called leads, which are free customers from Beachbody. So if they call in from the infomercial and order, those people are randomly assigned coaches. And if you're an Emerald coach and above, you get put in that pool that gets those people, and they actually come quite often. So it's something you definitely want to be a part of, because they're free customers that potentially could become amazing coaches. So Emerald's a really big step. And it's like, yes, you're really moving this business forward. So all of those topics, though, that was a really brief overview. They will be covered. They're all covered on my training website. And if you're, like I said before, if your coach is hosting a Facebook training, they'll all be covered in there as well. But gosh, if you Google any of this stuff, that's what I love about this business. Everybody shares everything. Like the top coach right now is Melanie Mitro, and her YouTube channel is the bomb. Like if you're ever bored and want to learn, just go to her YouTube channel. She's got amazing trainings. It's just, there's so much information out there, so many different ways to do it. It's just really fun to learn. I've always got YouTube tabs pulled up on my computer, the things I want to listen to, but then my computer restarted when it wasn't supposed to last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I don't know what I'm listening to, but it'll all work out. So, all right. So I just want to, okay, so this last little bit, focus goals. So you signed up, you're like, okay, what do I need to focus on in these next few weeks? And these are the 3 things I want you to focus on to help you get started right. Number 1, get involved in your new coach training. Get started on that, okay? Number 2, make sure you know when your next challenge group is coming up that you're going to be joining in with your coach, okay? Make sure you have the date that it's starting and the link so that you can add your challengers in there. Because the first goal is what I like to call to be an apprentice coach. So what does that mean? I'm going to host it. If I'm your sponsor coach, I'm going to host a challenge group, and you're going to be an apprentice coach in my challenge group. You're going to bring 3 to 5 people into that challenge group with you. I'm going to run it. I'm going to do all the posts, everything. You're going to post just like a challenger as well, but you're going to be supporting your challengers and helping answer questions, all that jazz. You're basically learning how to host a challenge group so that next month you can host your own or pair up with another coach and host together, which is what I did basically for the first year. I always paired up with other coaches. So you're going to pick, or you're going to find 3 challengers that are going to sign up with you, with your link, with all that jazz, and they're going to join you in your challenge group. So make sure you talk to your sponsor coach to get the date of your challenge group and the link of the group so you can add these challengers in. And you're probably thinking, Morgan, how the heck do I find 3 challengers? Not to worry. Tonight, if you want to go take a peek, you know what? Here, just wait. I'll show you right now. If you're on the phone, I'll walk you through this. So basically, I'm just going to riegermorgan.com. So it brings up, whoa, it says it's not available. Well, that's probably not good. morganriegerfitness.com. There we go. So this is a blog I made fairly recently. You do not need a blog, don't worry. I did not have a blog for like the first 2 years of coaching. So I just go to the training tab. I actually just do it that way because I can never remember what this link is. But it's just morgansteamtraining.blogspot.ca, but I can never remember that. So I can remember the other one. But this is the team training website. So basically all I did, I took my Facebook coach training and literally just like transplanted it into a blog. So that, because what I found is I had a lot of coaches that wanted to move quicker, but I was only doing 1 post a day, and they're like, "Oh my God, Morgan, this is so slow. Like, I just want the information and to get going." So I was like, "Okay, I'll put it all out there so you can go through it as quick as you want." So just head into the new coach training tab, and at the very top it says first step: finding your 3 to 5 challengers for your upcoming apprentice challenge group. So if you click on that, I basically walk you through exactly how you're going to find 3 challengers for your group. Okay, I explain what the goal is. I've actually got an exact word-by-word manual that I use to sign up challengers, asking them what their goals are and then pulling some YouTube videos of some programs that might fit them. I actually have some exact post ideas for how you could post on Facebook. I've got different ideas for how to do your first challenge group invite. I've got lots of goodies on there. How to send links. So if they want the 21-day fix, how do you send them a link to order that from you? I've got all that information. So this page can be your best friend while you're posting about your challenge group and finding your 3 people. And I don't want you to get nervous about that. I'll actually show you my very first challenge group post I did 2 years ago? I think it's in here. Nope. Oh yeah, the other day I accidentally deleted all my challenge group photos. That was really fun too. Okay, here we go. So like I said before, I was not in a challenge group when I signed up to be a coach. I actually didn't even know what a coach was when I signed up. I was clueless to the max. So when my coach was like, you need to find 3 to 5 challengers, I'm like, okay, I don't even know what a challenge group is, but okay. So I asked if I could use her transformation photo, which she was okay with because I had never even taken a photo of myself. So I highly, 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 highly recommend using your photo. Even if it's just a before photo, you'll get a lot more interest. But this is what I said. I said, so excited. I just got selected to be an apprentice coach in my Coach Lindsay Matway's Next Bombshell Challenge, the same challenge that has helped her achieve these killer results. As you can see, I have a spelling mistake in there already. I was also told that I can select 2 people to do the challenge along with me. If you think it might be something you're interested in and would like to be considered, like or comment below and I'll shoot you over the details. Hurry though, I only have 4 days to choose. So if you've been in a challenge group before, I highly recommend expanding on this a bit and sharing your journey a little bit more. People connect with you. They connect with reality. So if you've had the experience, I really recommend sharing. And from this challenge, I had 5 girlfriends actually join me in the challenge group. A couple of them 21 Day Fix is the #1 program a lot of people do now, but that wasn't around at the time. So we all did different programs. Some did Turbo Fire, Chalene Extreme, a couple different things. And then my first coach, other than my dad, came out of this group as well to be an Emerald. So that was my very first challenge group post. So yours can look similar. It can kind of take on whatever vibe you want. And I would say, and just remember when you're posting in your challenge group, look at your challenge group dates. Shipping to the States usually takes 3 to 4 days. Shipping to Canada usually takes 10 days. So just make sure like you time it out when to have your challengers by. And then if they're not going to make that cutoff, just, make sure you contact them for your next group. Because you don't want them to be halfway through the challenge and not have their package and whatnot. And I was going to say something else, and I can't remember. Oh, don't just invite once, okay? If you're invited on Facebook, when I invite for my challenge group, I usually do it at least 3 or 4 public posts, and then I always have a contact list. When I first started coaching, I basically did a brain dump. I went through my Facebook friends, my family, blah, blah, blah. I literally wrote down every single name I could think of. And ever since then, I've been kind of working off that list. I moved it to a spreadsheet finally. So when you get started, definitely keep a contact list. Don't try and keep everybody in your head because it's hard to remember who you talked to and who said maybe next month, contact me next month. You don't want to forget about them. So keep a notebook or some kind of spreadsheet where you're keeping track of your contacts. Just so you keep them organized, okay? I think that was all I wanted to cover, but does anybody have any burning questions right now? You can type them in the chat or unmute yourself and ask as well. I talked a lot faster than I thought. No, Jesse Grant, I can't tell if you're typing or not. Okay, one second. Okay, does Success Starters count for the month you sign up or your first full month as a coach? Awesome question. Yes. So it can count for either. So for example, if you signed up today, August 27th, and you hit Success Club still in August in the next couple days, this month could count, or September could be month #1. They don't penalize you for only signing up with 3 days left. So yeah, August can be your first month or September. Yeah, great question. I should have clarified that. No, you have to hit Success Club in these last 3 days. Anybody else have some burning questions? I don't see anybody typing. So if you do, though, don't feel you can just ask in the thread in our team page where it was the post for this call. Just post them below there and I can answer them anytime. I won't be answering tonight, but tomorrow I will. And I'll also post this recording for some people that didn't make it. But yeah, let that soak in, kind of make your game plan. And just what I would say right now is just focus, on those goals I said, but also just the 3 vital behaviors. Pick a personal development book to read. Make sure you're getting in your workouts and Shakeology, and just start sharing. Share on social media, chat with your girlfriends at work and tell them what you're doing. I struggled with it at first because I'm like, who's going to want to hear from me? I'm not that exciting, and who's going to want to know? But it's really amazing how people are interested. You run into them and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I started working out at home again because I was a new teacher and I didn't have time for the gym. They're like, you know what? I've been wanting to start exercising, but I just can't fit it in. How do you fit it in? I'm like, well, my workouts are only 25, 30 minutes. They're like, really? And then the conversation just evolves. It's just a matter of starting to get comfortable really sharing what you're doing because people are interested. So vital behaviors, those few goals, and we'll get started right. So if you've got any questions, again, just post them in that group underneath the thread, okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening. Oh, one more question. For personal development, does it have to be a personal development book, or could it be any book? I don't recommend like 50 Shades of Grey as personal development, although it could develop some areas. But oh, that was a bad comment. Sorry. I just pick something that is based around growing yourself. I wouldn't recommend like a fiction, like just a reading for enjoyment. Pick something that is based around being a better person. And how I would say a good place to start is The Compound Effect or The Gifts of Imperfection are two that I really enjoy. But even take a little time to think what area you think you sort of want to improve on. On that training website, I forget what tab it's under. I think there's in the extras or something, I actually have a breakdown of books. Like it's like if you need to work on leadership, or if you need to work on confidence, or if you need to work on how to fail forward, like those kind of things. Narrowing down sort of what you want to work on and then maybe picking a book from there sometimes helps too, because some months I really need to work on, spirituality, and then the next month I'm like, I actually want to dive more into a relationship book and improve my relationships, and then the next month I'm like, okay, I really want to improve my leadership skills. But like I said, that's kind of long term. But if you want some to start, The Compound Effect is amazing. The Gifts of Imperfection are two of my favorites to start with. I hope that helps a little bit. All right. I am not going to hold you any longer. That was 30 minutes, like I said. So we're going to wrap up, and I will see you guys in the group. Have a good night.